Welcome. Let's get back to it.
close one. That's the last of them. Objective is secure. Let's go home.
For the Tenno. I will consider what I have learned from this skirmish.
That's the last of them. Objective is secure. Let's go home.
His name's Archangel. That dude is a piece of shit. Like, he is the worst player I've ever seen play the video games ever. Right? He's just the worst.
So that means
like,
it's been working, bro. That means it's been working, because that's what I was trying to do, is piss you off, man. What's up, what's up, what's up?
What's up, sweetheart?
I'm about to bring Titania, man. I'm about to fucking kill mad shit on there, yo. Fuck that, yo. Titania blow up the ships before they even drop, son.
Hey, I got a question for you.
You?
What are you wearing?
I don't know, bro. A caveman suit. Yeah, that's what I'm wearing.
Alright,
Yo.
alright.
Fucking Andre the
color?
Giant with the strap across the chest, bro. That's what you like? That's the type of shit you into? Word, say. Alright. Just to make sure dudes don't like me, bro. Fuck that shit. Andre the Giant shit. Hey, yeah, man. I don't know, cause Andre the Giant had the strap across his chest. That shit is looking like super manly. Like you gotta be a man to wear that shit, yo. Like, yo. You ain't trying to look cute in that shit, bro. Like, you mean business, yo. He does?
Yeah.
Ah, man, I'm older, so I don't know, but I'm pretty.
He's
I'm
older than me,
38.
barely.
I'm 38. Yeah, bro, that's old nowadays. Motherfuckers ain't even seeing fucking 30, so I get it. Yeah, no doubt. But yeah, man, big shows, yeah, word. Big Show is the man too,
Hey,
son.
Angel. Got another question for you.
Yo,
What that mouth do?
I don't know, man. Ask my girl, yo. Ask my girl, son. My girl know what it do.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to find out.
I don't know. I ain't with all that gay shit. You could,
Bro, why you gotta turn everything gay?
that shit sound gay to me, bro. That's a hella pause. That shit is super pause worthy.
How's that gay? Yeah, but
Nah,
what that
that
mouth
shit
do?
is super gay, bro. That's some shit you ask a girl, bro. This nigga's crazy.
You don't ask your friends that?
Hell no, bro.
Why not?
Niggas, that shit is
Don't you
fighting
know
words in real life.
people want to know.
You can say anything online, but in real life, even if we friends, we will have to fight, bro. Like, it's
Bro,
cool. Well,
I
I'll
would
show
say
you.
it to you
I'll
in
show
real
you.
life.
I'll show you what your mouth do, cause you ain't respecting your jaw. You ask me that shit in public, win, lose, or draw, we
No.
fighting.
Why would I do it in public? I'd just do it, when we're hanging out.
Nah, if we, I'm
no
saying like
clothes
in
on.
person, you're like, I can't do shit about that on here, but in person we could be cool. Like I could fight you and still be cool with you. Like
Totally. Like,
it
we could
ain't
just
nothing
totally hang
wrong with
out
that, bro.
naked and ask you what your mouth does.
Nah, son, I ain't gonna be naked, bruh.
How do you know?
I tell you what though, son, your jaw gonna be going mad crazy, asking your brain why I ain't respecting myself, bro. Your jaw gonna be going crazy, telling your brain to chill. Like, yo, this motherfucker coming for my head, yo. Stop saying that dumb shit.
We just gotta find out,
I don't know, bruh.
Sometimes there's just questions that have to be
Guess
asked.
we never know. I guess we'll never know, son.
I mean, we'll always know.
I don't know. Maybe you know what your mouth do, man. That's why you asking. See if everybody's like-minded, but I ain't that like-minded,
Yeah,
bro.
you don't even know.
Word, invite me, son.
Dude, I'm out of energy. No.
I'm not gonna on the last capture mission, I'm not gonna get near anybody. I'm gonna just fly in the air, bro.
Alright. We just gotta finish this bounty.
Alright, what's the name of the resource?
We're
Aya?
at 3 of 5.
Aya, A-Y-A.
Yeah, AYA.
Shit.
Loki.
Mom.
Yeah, I'm on Loki. I'm just saying I'm on Loki. I can literally just go in there and shoot him and run off. But right now we don't have a capture yet. We got a 100 the control area, caches, and drones so far. No, I just figured they're all in down below. In the tunnel or outside the tunnel? That's on the left. You found it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're at going to 4 or 5.
Yeah, that was close. We almost drowned it. Dad,
Yeah.
I beat the Punji Bag boss and the Cruising Chaos one
Oh my
and
God,
the Tidal
that's so
Tactical
many.
one after I did that the first time.
It's awesome, man. Oh, let me fucking turn in standing while I'm waiting. Fast travel. The quills.
Is it time?
Yep. As soon as I'm max standing, I buy one.
I don't even know if I should
Fucking
give him
chest.
these shits, to be honest. Whatever. Oh man.
Allow us to improve your efficiency.
Hey yo.
Magus.
Yeah. Man, that shit's annoying as fuck.
Yo, which one is? I mean, they're not as good as repair, but which one is better, Magus Alleviate or Magus Vigor?
I think elevate's better. Some people use repair.
Oh yeah, I use repair. I'm just asking because I got standing. I don't know what to do with.
I got, I think repair and lockdown on.
Yeah, I got repair.
I might have
lockdown
elevate. I
too.
don't know. I don't remember. Alright,
Yes.
so you can bring them in.
Commit.
Yeah. Help with your combo counter and shit.
Bless you.
Yeah.
The history you will have.
Dude, I know I saw a ship over here. What the fuck?
Oh yeah. 300? Wow. That's insane.
See you again, eh, Tino? Got something. Heavy hitter like you needs a little snack, yeah? Handy with a gun or
Everybody's trying to flip you. Fucking Axe Canine. It's fucking savage.
What?
picky.
Sabotage.
I just closed it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, oh. Points, boss.
Shit, I don't really have one, but
My top 3 frames are Wukong, Nova, and Zaku.
shit. I like Korra, but I find myself using Gauss, Sarin, Volt. But I use a lot of different frames, so I can't really say. Like, I like Wisp too. So, but if you asking who I use the most, that's not necessarily who's my favorite. It's just by default who I'm using a lot. So I would probably say Sarin, Gauss, and Vault.
You started it.
Yo, did y'all send me an invite?
What's your name?
You come back again soon.
I already got everything on, bro. My most used, yeah, she kills the ships real fast.
Oh.
Yeah. What the fuck, man? No, that ain't got nothing to do with you. I'm just trying to find something. I heard it. Unfortunately.
Oh.
Bruh.
I'm doing it all.
Where did you go, Con? No, you're not. You're not in the school. I did it again. Yep. Yep.
What the fuck? What the fuck was the name? Joe Button Denzel parody. Hey, what you doing in there?
Yeah, because I'm only gonna get a few hours of sleep. Probably, I'll probably do a few runs and then get off. I like to abuse Fierce, but I don't like to make it to where he's too much of a zombie. and struggle cuddle. Yeah, I'm gonna start mine as soon as comes back in. Yeah, it shows you loading, but it's grayed out right now. Yep. Alright. Try my bounty.
Blaine's
Because
living is
Pearson's
tough
bounties
living.
are shit.
Grenier are finding that out the hard way. Let's make them find out a little faster. Cut off their supplies.
Kanzu is right. The Grenier can never be allowed to live comfortably on the plains. Let's make this place as inhospitable as possible for them. I want you to liberate the operations camp.
Control level.
You've
5%.
reached the location. Clear out any nearby hostiles. You've captured the
I hate
location.
when that shit does
Do
that.
not let them retake it.
I put him on timeout. I wasn't playing anything. That was fierce. Our first bounty's kind of shit.
Without control of that camp, their resources cannot move freely around the plains.
Enjoy the mod drop chance.
Without supplies, the Grenier rank and file have fallen into disarray. This is the time to strike.
100 fuckers.
Targets spotted. Strike fast and take out as many as you can.
Doesn't.
I've located another mass of enemies. Take the fight to them.
Venom.
More Grenier passing nearby. Get over there and take them out.
My favorite ghoul is the one that rips your maggot head off!
Keep going. They won't be able to sustain these casualties for much longer. More Grenier amassing nearby. Get over there and take them out. fight to them. More Grenier amassing nearby. Get over there and take port.
Nope, not yet.
I've located another class of enemies. Take the fight. The detachment won't soon recover from that strike.
Because I'm a beast, you know?
No, I'm not AFK. It's just my son is next to me yelling and shit.
He's got his daddy duties.
Extras.
Thought I was AFK, son? God damn. Son.
Hell yeah.
Nah, I usually mute myself. That's what it
If
is.
you have Umbral in your title, you go AFK.
That's funny.
It's facts.
Yo, is this shit underground or something?
Yeah. Hiya.
Yeah. That's a cool. That's like one of the coolest fucking names for a resource here, actually.
Mm-hmm. I heard a fallen drone.
The drone is nearby. Find it and hack it.
No, I'm not down there.
The drone is under our control.
I don't go down there.
Escort
Fuck
it to
no.
the extraction point before the enemy can destroy it.
I was over there.
You're inbound. Don't let them harm
Yeah, I
the
was
drone.
actually trying to figure out where the fuck the what's the name was, because I seen the circle, but yeah, I said it was underground.
Yep.
They're sending another wave to take out the drone. Stay vigilant.
Oh.
I can use the codes in this Grenier drone to sow confusion within the Grenier ranks.
I'm good. I'm a beast.
Thanks to you, morale is desperately low. Command wants to remedy the
Sabotage, so we
situation.
gotta kill 30 enemies before we kill the third one.
Among these tricks is a resupply beacon. Find it and take it.
That's alright.
Take that beacon and I will call in the drop.
Oh, we gotta kill 30 enemies? Alright.
Here comes the supply pod. Destroy the supplies before the enemy can get their hands on it.
Oh, here this motherfucker go.
He just wants to give you a hug. I told him you enjoy struggle cuddles.
Grab it so I can call it the drop. Supplies are dropping now. Destroy them.
Gotta kill 30.
Take that supply beacon and I will call.
Oh shit, good shit. Somebody clap. Is somebody gauss? Look like somebody clapped the shit out of all of them.
Last pod.
You got them itching to run
I,
home to the safety of their galleons. Exactly what I want.
Jerks.
You want to hit those high notes? You gotta mean it.
Want me to go against this or someone else? That's right.
Let's make them find out a little faster. Cut off their supply.
Kanzu is right. The Grineer can never be allowed to live comfortably on the plains. Let's make this place as inhospitable as possible for them. Emergency Grineer supply caches are hidden in the vicinity of the waypoint. Empty.
Yo, this motherfucker ain't gonna turn the way he needs to turn.
To this detachment. They have. I want you to liberate a key operations camp. You've reached the location. Clear out any nearby hostiles. The location is
Yeah,
ours.
I don't know. I can't get that last
Incoming
thing
assault.
off him.
Don't let them take this territory.
I need the mausoleum. All that shit. Fucking trash.
Stop that bucket.
Sorry. Sorry, like.
I'll go back to that later.
I killed the thumper. That's a good mod. Well, glad I got it. Oh yeah, I think Gladiator Rice is better though. You think what? Oh yeah, but it seemed like you could get that easier than Gladiator Vice. I've gotten more fucking all the secrets. Yeah, I actually got it from a thumper. Yeah, I got one from a thumper before. I got a couple from a thumper. I actually got well, nah, you know what's the hardest mod to get to drop from here, bro? Nah, bro, cause I got spring loaded blade from here. Fucking kinetic diversion.
I got that. We got that yesterday.
From what? From what? From what?
This doing this shit.
Oh, word? It dropped from one of the incursions, right? One of the enemies you had to kill? Oh yeah, y'all was playing with MASH when it dropped, right? Yeah, that's why. You got a fucking mod drop chance.
So do I.
How long kinetic diversion? How I'll link it. It's like um yeah, it's the same as
Material. Let's hasten the process by taking control.
Used to,
but
it
for
used
your
to be a
Archwing. Yeah,
used
it's
to be
but it's for your
like
Archwing.
it used to be like
Yeah,
400
I
plat to
just
get
linked
that
it. I
mod.
just linked it.
That mod used to sell for 400 plat.
Yo, that mod is like super. Like I'm gonna be honest with you. Once you put that mod on your Archwing, you'll never take it off, bro. It's,
Now insert that data mass into the
like,
console.
there's no reason you'll ever take it off. That shit helps your survivability. Yeah, every time you get damaged, you can fucking do an ability. So it actually helps your survivability. Like, you know what I mean? Yep. Mhm. Mhm. It give you energy to go invisible and use your abilities. I mean, you don't, but I mean, you can't move while you're invisible neither. So you'll be taking damage when you're moving. But to be honest, uh, it's beneficial on the Amisha because, like, that's the one that the Amisha, the one that you use on a Railjack, because the Amisha has the most armor and survivability and health, and it's basically all its abilities are survivability based. So it has an ability where it slows everything down. It has an ability where it draws fire to one area like a decoy. Then it has the ability where it procs invincibility. And I don't know what the last one is, but it's the slowdown and the invincibility is the best ones, and the decoy. So I don't know what the fourth one is, but if you ever do Railjack, that's what you're supposed to be using. The Amisha. I think that one, the one that you're showing me, is good for spies. Like, if I think there's a spy mission where, tag Elijah, why this kid gotta be yelling, boy? There's a spy mission that's on, I can't even think, man. Uranus. No pun intended, but yeah, there's a spy mission on Uranus where you gotta go underwater and it's mad alarms. And I know that Archwing is used for that particular spy mission on the sortie, because what it does is its fourth is like, it's a bomb, but it's also an EMP, and it disables all electronics. So it disables like a whole system, the whole spy system in there.
There's the supply beacon. Grab it so I can call in.
But it is a missile. But the thing about that missile is when you shoot it on that mission underwater, it disables all the cams. Yo, don't kill the last one, bro. I mean, don't destroy the last box, please.
Must destroy everything.
Robotic.
There's the supply beacon. Grab it so I can call in the drop.
Yo, where's the enemies, bro? Fuck all that shit. I don't see no enemies though.
Destroy them.
Secret crate?
Oh, y'all mad fucking OP, man. God damn, using fucking blast radius and shit. Fucking prime radius, what's the name of that shit? It'll just give you mad blast radius. Yeah, yo, god damn, yo, y'all shooting that shit right near the box, yo.
I saw where it 1 out of 3.
Yeah, I got nervous on that one for some reason. It's easy to fuck that one up, it seems like. Whoever got the least Aya, I think, come on.
That's you.
Blades living is tough living. Grenier are finding that out the hard way. Let's make them cut off their supply.
Kanzu is that the Grenier can never be allowed to live comfortably on the plains. Let's make this place as inhospitable as possible for them. The Grenier supply caches are hidden in the vicinity of my waypoint. Empty them.
That's not including, what was it for you, Oh, I didn't add mine. I didn't.
God damn it, bro.
With that last cache, you sent a message to this detachment. Nothing you have is safe. I want you to liberate a key operations. You've reached the location. Clear all hostiles.
Isaac, did he close the door? Oh my god. Yo, I'll be back.
Don't you yell at me, 10-0. Yep. Yep. My kid's 12. Not really. I don't get to see her that often. Air Force. I used to be a canine handler. Now I'm just a canine cop, or just a regular cop. No. No. I am an Air Force cleaner, it's great. Well, I mean, I'm sorry to disappoint you that there's other jobs in the Air Force other than a pilot. I mean, I'm sorry, but it's true. I don't know. I hate planes. I don't touch planes at all other than getting in them and flying and going from point A to point B. That's it. No. I go around harassing and arresting black people.
Sounds about right.
I was waiting
Job
for it.
description. Sounds like that's literally in the job description, bro.
Yeah. If you're black, you're guilty by association of your skin color.
I mean, that's how they train, y'all.
I mean, if you're not white, you're not right. You know what I mean?
Sounds about white.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah. If it's brown, put it down. You know.
All of the things that they train you in academy with, all the slogans.
Yeah.
The shit
You
they
have
say while they jogging and all of that shit. Yeah.
Yep, absolutely.
This detachment is running low on material.
Nah, I used to go to this school called Springfield in Massachusetts. Stick STCC, and they used to have a police training academy in there when I used to do vending at the school. And I remember I went in there one time. It was like a bunch of white dudes, and like they had like this training dummy in the middle with like a backwards hat and a bandana. And I was like, yo, that shit is mad racist. Like, yo, son, that's the guy, bro. That's the guy that y'all training. You know what I mean? That's the profile, yo. Fucking.
Like, we have to, like, when you graduate, you get the Confederate flag handed to you.
I mean, I know somebody that was mad smart that used to sell drugs out his house and shit. Black dude, but he put the Confederate flag in front of on his front door. That motherfucker never got raided, yo. Yeah, he used to sell drugs. It was like a straight trap house. Like, it wasn't even really his crib. It was like a fiend crib, but he used to sell dope out of it. So he put like mad racial regalia on it. Like, he put like the Confederate flag. Do I like him? I don't know. Yeah,
What's that mouth do?
That shit's super good.
What'd that mouth do?
Nah, that's something people say to girls, bro. Like,
Yeah.
and like if you go on Instagram, like you'll see women saying that, and then they'll be doing some shit with their mouth and all of that. That's just weird. He must have just heard about it. Like, that shit is old, man.
I was gonna say, I did not just hear about that. Dude, we used to say that shit in high school.
Yeah, that shit is old, man.
Bro, you just
got up the courage. You just got the courage to start saying it to men, yo. What happened? You was saying that shit in high school?
Dude, I was saying that shit in high school.
To dudes, yo, in person? Oh man, it's a bold motherfucker. No wonder why you joined the fucking military. You had to fucking back that shit up, cause if you was a civilian, you probably would have got fucked up.
Back that ass up.
He was like, yo, I want to be asking men to say what that mouth do, so let me join the military so I can have some fucking firearms to back myself up, yo, cause exactly. You know what I mean? You can't just be saying that and be a regular Joe, bro, you know what I mean? He got it. Oh yeah. Alright, thank you for the heads up. Well, we get carried away talking about what that mouth do and all that dumb shit.
Hell yeah, we do. Let's see how happy you are.
Yo, K9, like, all jokes aside, you really like dudes, bro?
No.
Oh, I don't know, cause this sound like you serious, man. I don't know.
Dude, I've talked about.
I don't know. It's okay, man. I mean, if you know, what I mean, I ain't judging you. I just want to know, cause
why?
Just because it sound like you joking, but at a certain point, it sound like, yo, you really are interested. Like, yo. You never know, bro. You know, military guys, man, y'all be around a lot of men and shit. You know, you don't be seeing no bitches, so I don't know. It's almost similar to jail.
Like,
it's similar to jail,
like to
bro.
Me is like you seen Remember the Titans, right?
Nah, I actually didn't, bro.
You never seen the movie Remember the Titans? You literally are quoting part of the fucking movie.
No,
where he's talking to Sunshine and. The dude,
all right, wait, hold on. Is that the one where the military guy kills himself?
No, it's a football movie.
Oh, I'm thinking of something else. I'm thinking of the one where the guy kills himself at the end, but he's like, yo, my rifle is this, my rifle is that, and he ends up killing himself.
Full Metal Jacket.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm getting it confused with that. Yeah, I used to, yo, that movie was fucking sick, yo. That's fucked up what they did to him with the soap, yo. Yo, that movie
Yeah.
was fucking insane, bro. I'm not gonna. It means, yo, I literally seen that movie like 30 years ago, and I still remember that shit.
Yeah.
That's how fucking
Everyone
sick
remembers
that
the
movie.
basic training. Nobody remembers what happens afterwards.
It was very. Oh well. Oh, y'all talking about Remember the Titans? Nah, what's that about though? What?
It's a football movie with Denzel Washington as like the head coach, and so 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 if you
He
watch the
said, "Yo,
movie,
say that again." Yo, yeah. He said,
so it's
"Yo,
about
say that."
integration. So
Hold
there's
on,
like
hold
there's whites versus blacks is what he says,
on. No,
but
but it's how he said it, yo. Say that shit
yeah.
again, yo.
But
Yeah, shit
yeah.
sound funny as fuck,
So but
yo.
it does talk about like racism. It does talk about all that shit. But
I
if
know
you
that, but how you say it, white versus black, it just sound like yo some real shit. That shit make me want to see the movie, yo. Just because
dude,
you
but you
said it
should.
like that.
It's really it really is a
Is
good
it based on
movie.
a true story?
So it's based on a true story, but it's not all factual. Like
Oh,
when you
loosely
watch it,
based. I got you.
yeah, it's loosely based. Because I did a report on it and I had to look up everything about it. And if they went off of what really happened, it wouldn't be a movie. I can tell you
Oh
that
yeah,
right
they
now.
had to embellish it and make it like
They fucking
digestible.
embellished the fuck out of it. But it's a really good movie. Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
I
that's like
highly.
a lot of shit though. Like, I mean, if you like, even when, like, they don't tell you. All right, put it like this.
Detachment.
Like, I learned this since I was young. Like, even when they talk about slavery, right? I was in school, and when I found out by myself, like, they only tell you the shit that make white people look good. You know what I'm saying? They don't talk about buck breaking, how they was fucking the men like that, cause that don't look good. Like that don't look good. Like they don't tell you about that. They only tell you about whips and hangings and burnings. They don't tell you about the nasty and inhumane shit that they was doing. Like really, really, really inhumane shit. Like skinning people alive and fucking making shoes and shit like or like butt breaking the men like gang raping dudes like the biggest dude they'll gang rape him like in front of like the men like the dudes would have sex with the men to try to nah I ain't even talking about whipping bro this is different it's called butt breaking if you look at up what that meant like they won't how nasty that shit get like that shit is nasty bro.
So there's a, there's a slave. He got his freedom, started his own like thing, and he was
Plantation,
worse.
yeah,
Yep, and he was
yeah,
actually worse than most white men.
yeah. I,
I can't
I, I
remember
know
the
about
dude's
him. He
name.
actually was
Yeah,
very successful, but the sad part
yeah.
about it was, uh, he
He's about to
only
lose it.
did he. Well, I'm not making no excuses for the man, but he did that because that's what all successful people did at his time, bro. So it's like
Yeah,
that's all he knew. Like if he wanted to be successful, no, he was fucking. He was just as bad, or if not worse than white men in terms of slave masters, with the exception of a few, because. But it looks worse because he's doing it to his own people. It's always gonna look worse when you're doing it to him.
but so the part that you were talking about. So you know how you kept asking me, whatever, like stop playing with mine kind of thing, or I just need to know. So there's a part in Remember the Titans where there's a dude from California, and they call him Sunshine. Yeah, so he kisses one of the dudes on the lips and kind of just, yeah, and then fucking, well, the gay guy doesn't get beat up, really. Yeah, the linebacker. But, or, yeah, so he knows how to fight and he just fucks with people, like, mentally. And,
Yeah, because he knows how to fight.
but, yeah, there's a black guy in there, and he's literally like, I need to know. He's like, why? Why do you need to know? He's like, I need to know. Stop messing with my mind. But, so when
Yeah.
he started talking like that, it made me think of that movie.
Yo, what happened? How did we fuck up?
We failed way in the beginning. Way in the beginning. It,
He needs to
he
know if the
wants to
guy
know if
is
he's
really
gay.
there.
Yeah, he's like, I need to know, and he wouldn't tell him. So he just insinuated. No.
That's some subliminal
No.
shit. Some subliminal shit. You trying to hint at
Linebacker.
something?
No. He's alive. They're all alive except the linebacker who ended up getting paralyzed in real life. But he didn't get, in real life, he didn't get paralyzed until after football was over. So, like, when I'm saying, like, that movie was embellished a lot, like, they say that they're the only integrated school. That was a lie. They whooped every team they played in real life. Like, there was no close game, ever. If you look it up, all the scores were blowouts. Like...
What you mean, the black team?
Well, so in the movie, it's integrated. So they're integrated, right? Whites, blacks, whatever. But it's during the peak of racism, like in the 70s or some shit.
You mean the peak of segregation?
Segregation, yeah, when whites and blacks. Yeah, like, we can overcome. Like, it's a good story behind it. Like, it really is.
But it's bullshit. It's bullshit.
But, yeah, like, well, because every team they played was integrated as well. So every team that they played in real life was integrated. They weren't the only one. But in the movie, they're the only ones. But it's one of my favorite football movies.
This is so weird. Why are they still giving us the bonus if we fail?
No, they don't. It's just another checkbox. Yeah, just to get the bonus drop, you need all 5.
Oh, so we just get bonus standing. Nah, it's just at the time it don't sound funny anymore. But when you first said it, like y'all was explaining what the movie was about. So when you
yeah,
exactly accent made me fucking laugh because it sounded mad brutal. Like I didn't know it was a football movie when you said that. I just thought it was some crazy shit. Yeah.
Yeah. Really is.
I believe you, man. I mean, Denzel Washington is in it. He's like one of my favorite actors, and I ain't just saying that because he's black, but like, he's really.
Oh, now you gotta bring the race card into it.
Nah, I'm not saying that because he's black. Because I like Robert De Niro. Ooh. I like Leonardo DiCaprio.
Ooh, now you gotta act like you have white friends.
You got white friends. You got white friends, bro.
Man, you're so racist, dude.
I got white friends, man. How come they always believe? Bully? Do you
they're violent
really?
creatures.
Do you really
rob? They fucking
do you really want to know, bro? That shit go back for centuries, bro.
Yeah.
It's really because, in my opinion, because in Dawn of Humanity, we was fucking overachieving, and other races that were on the outside didn't have access to that, and they was jealous of the land and all of that shit that we had in terms of natural resources in Africa. So that esteemed hate came because they weren't a part of that. Like, they weren't a part of that. It's like, alright, so for instance, you see how Egypt, right? I'll give you an example. Right? They try to say Egypt wasn't black people, but I mean nobody else could have fucking occupied that region at that time, and they knocked all the statues' noses off and a lot of the features, and they whitewashing a lot of the shit. But a lot of the telltale signs is in their dogma and their occult practices. Like, for instance, if you was to read the Bible or a lot of these books, which they're trying to take it out of, but like a lot of the old texts, it's undisputed according to science and carbon dating and all of that, the first human being was in Ethiopia, which is like the oldest nation or empire on the face of the earth, Kush or Ethiopia. And a lot of those places migrated from the Nile Valley down to what they say is North or South Africa. It depends on what your ideology is. But basically, they went up to the Nile Valley, which is like the oldest empire, which is like fucking, what they used to call it, a Bosnia, Babylon, or like Egypt and stuff like that. And a lot of their technologies and shit that they got in terms of mathematics, the calendar, and all of that shit, this shit was all created by black people. And it wasn't the fact that motherfucker was just super smarter than everybody. It was the fact that they was the first ones on the fucking planet for thousands of years before anybody else was fucking here, yo. So it was a cumulative doctrines that was made from centuries and centuries. So when the Greeks, that's why they always fucking give the Greeks so much like props, because those were the first ones to interact with the Egyptians, and then it was like the Italians. But basically, in a nutshell, when they came in and they seen all the resources that the Africans had, or the Egyptians had, or the people from Kush, Ethiopia, and all of these places, which weren't called by these names, they were called by different names back then. What happened was they lived in the Caucasus Mountains, and in the Caucasus Mountains they didn't have no vegetation, which is Europe. The Caucasus Mountains is Europe. Don't get it twisted. Be clear. They didn't have no vegetation. They had to eat like they either was eating things that they killed. So in nature, by nature, just by nature, let me ask you this, right? If you have every resource that you'll ever need, like in terms of food, shelter, you understand, like you don't have nothing else to do because you're not worried about like where you're gonna live. You're not worried about staying warm. You're not worried about like where your next meal is going to come from. You got time to create higher sciences and develop higher sciences and mathematics. When it came down to the Caucasian, which the word actually comes from caucus, if you know, the root word is derived from caucus, which means corpse. Caucasian, genetically, it means lack of melanin. So when they say that, they mean a caucus means dead, but what they're actually saying is they come from a death mountain where there's no life. When they say no life, they mean vegetation. That's literally what it means. Alright, so when they came from the Caucasus Mountains and they seen that these people had all of these natural resources and things that they didn't have, that created jealousy. And by the time the Egyptians, they were welcoming people, or the Africans at the time, they were welcoming people because they didn't have wars and all of that shit, because they had an abundance. There was no need for anybody to be rich or poor because everybody fucking had. They ate from the earth. You know what I'm saying? And the people from the Caucasus Mountains, by nature, they were hunters because they had to kill to eat. So that's why they were desensitized to doing atrocities, because they've been doing that shit their whole existence. Like killing shit and eating shit, and if there wasn't no food, they would kill each other and fucking drink from the fucking skulls of the dead people and shit. That's why a lot of that vampirisms and all of these stories that you hear from vampire, it had a crazy ass fucking history, bro. You know what I'm saying? So they developed instruments of war because they did not have. So while the Egyptians was building pyramids and fucking building civilization, the Europeans at that time was building instruments of war because they didn't have. So people create guns and weapons because you're on a mission to take. If you're at peace, you don't got no need for that. So by the whole time, the Egyptians was teaching the Greeks the alphabet and how to write, because they didn't have a language. The masses at the time was like illiterate. They didn't have no literature. When I say illiterate, I mean they didn't have literature, like doctrines, like institution. An institution is like a collective body of many different schools and teachers. That's why if you ever look, right, they try to say, let me ask you this. When you hear about all of the things like the calendar, the time, they always give it to some Greek philosopher. But them motherfuckers was made up, bro. Half of them never even existed. That's why you'll have one motherfucker, they'll say created the calendar, named all the stars, fucking came up with algebra, came up. No one man in no one lifetime could come up with all of that shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? There's no fucking way. There's not enough days in your life to come up with all of that shit. That was accumulation of many, many years and centuries that was stolen. But because the Greeks was the first ones to make contact with them. Yeah, the Greeks was the first one to make contact. That's why they get the credit for it. But basically, that's why if you ever was to actually try to find any doctrine, because, all right, put it like this. If you're a great man, right, and you had a great civilization, you would have some type of fucking doctrine to show what the people did. People would have wrote about you from that time. I'm not talking about 2,000 years later. Yeah, I ain't talking about 2,000 years later. People would have wrote about you in institutions. There would be books of these Greek people from that time. Not fucking a million fucking generations later, bro. So that's what I'm saying. And nobody fucking builds their greatest monuments in another man's backyard. So the people who were occupying Egypt at the time, that's actually the real people, which was black people. And the thing about it was the hatred for black people stems from their hatred of the sun. At the time, that time obviously wasn't no fucking sunscreen, so they couldn't fucking go into the heart of Egypt. They couldn't go into the heart of these places. That's why that's where it started from. Slavery started from back then, because they was using black people that were, because they did have upper class and lower class, but what they was doing was they was using some of the lower class black people to go into these places and steal. Because at that time they couldn't go in there because it was too fucking hot. So that hatred, a lot of it came from the sun. That's why they get that story, Adam and Eve in the Bible and shit. Like, you think that that's an actual story? That shit is like, see, I actually at one point I studied a lot of different religions, but I also studied like vaguely studied like masonry and a lot of the shit that, you know, I know the elites be like a part of with occult practices. So because I always ask myself, like, I always wondered, like, all right, boom, my mom's and her side of the family is Christian, right, and my father was Muslim. So I used to always ask myself, like, how come, I used to say, yo, how come we got the same God as people that kill us? And that shit never made sense to me. I'm like, yo, we can't be worshiping the same God. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just didn't make sense to me. So I always used to look at the Bible like I believed in God, but I always used to try to understand what's in it, to where these people could read the same book and get, oh, we supposed to kill this group of people from that same book and yell hallelujah. You understand? So I never understood that shit. So in my years, I found a lot of these stories have occult meanings. So in the beginning, it shows in the Bible, I'm just going to go off the Bible. It says, it's in other books too, but the Bible is we're in a Christian society. So that's what I'm saying is, in terms of America, Western world. In the Bible, it shows that everything started in Ethiopia, right? But before you even get out of Genesis, the flood happened with Noah. And it destroys everything that came before it. That's their way of separating themselves from Africa, right? That's one of the ways they separated everybody from Africa, right? Is they took your greatest achievement in terms of black people. They took our greatest achievements at that time, which was Egypt, which was one of them, right? and gave us a story in Genesis about Pharaoh, how God was against him and how all of these plagues happened to him, and how he was an adulterer and one of the biggest enemies of the Lord, right? So, number one, by you being indoctrinated with that, you already disassociate yourself. Even if it's on a subconscious level, you already dissociate yourself with Egypt, bro. Because I'm going to tell you something. If you see how,
About an hour. An hour and 8 minutes.
Yo.
And we're at 10.
So, yo, you know, if anybody was to go, I'm gonna give you an example. If anybody was to go to Washington D.C. and dig up the grave of George Washington, that would be considered an act of war, a declaration of war, right? Because you can't do that to a group of people. You can't come into a foreign land and do that to their statesmen or their like forefathers, right? So, just like if you was to go into Mecca and try to dig up Muhammad at the Kaaba, that would be a declaration of war to them people, right? Because that's their people, right? Now, if the people that occupy Egypt now, if that was really their people, when the European man come into Egypt and start digging and taking up their quote unquote inheritance, them people would consider that a declaration of war. But the reason why that don't happen is because that's not their people. And the people that those inheritance belong to, that's enriching all of the neighbor countries, is a people that disassociated themselves or was torn from their own heritage, meaning namely black people. And then they teach you all of these things telling you, oh, yo, your history start from slavery. So you automatically want to disassociate yourself from Africa because you don't know you had a history before that. You know why? Because the story of Noah. If you was to know about where Noah's Ark landed, it landed in Mount Ararat. If you know about Mount Ararat is the lower Caucasus Mountains in Turkey. And there's a Masonic group that J. Edgar Hoover used to wear a hat saying Ararat on it. You know what I'm saying? So that's a lot of indoctrination that it's occultic. Like, people don't understand that shit, bro. Nah, I'm serious, bro. I mean, you... No, that was like self-taught studies. Like, that's just shit I was interested in. Because I asked myself them questions too. Like, why out of every race on Earth, every other race has a place where they could say, oh, they got sovereignty. So, like, the Mexicans, as much as they're discriminated against, there's one thing they always have. They have land, a place where they have sovereignty, right? The European, he has Europe. He has a place where he actually has sovereignty. Now, they violently took over America, but I'm just saying, like, in origin, he has sovereignty in the land that he occupies. The Asian has sovereignty. The Indian has a form of sovereignty. Even when they go to a foreign land, the one thing that distinguishes them is because they have a foreign tongue that they can speak amongst themselves, and they have a history because it wasn't taken from them through the fact that they have land. So black people are the only ones who don't have that shit, bro. And it's right there. But because there's so many different systems, yeah, man, so I didn't start it, bro. I did not walk up to that machine and press nothing. Yeah, but it's all them systems that's in place, man. So if you asking the reason why, that's why, because I believe that they know black people potential. And I think if any other race was put on the strain that we was on, they probably would have been erased off the fucking planet. And through all of the shit that we still been through, we are very influential in the world, even though we're considered like not the top of the food chain. Like, everything black people do fucking is like influential. So and they know that, and that's why we excel in a lot of shit. I'm not saying anybody's better than anybody. But I'm talking about if you look at history, we doing all of this shit with all of these shackles on us, bro. And I'm not talking about like just physical shackles. I'm saying with all of these things going against us, motherfuckers is still doing amazing shit. You know what I'm saying? So they do that shit to keep you fucking down, yo, because they don't want you to reach your full potential. And that will never happen if we don't have our own land. So that's the main part. Keep them away from their land, turn them against each other. Have the American saying, have the African American or so-called African American saying, I'm not African. Make him dissociate himself with that. Give him a picture of a fucking animal so the people back home will be like, oh, they're not of us. And then have you thinking that you're a minority throughout every fucking country that you occupy. That's a war tactic, bro. Believe it or not, even if black people outnumbered white people, right? The war tactic is this: for you to automatically think that you less in numbers. To break up the family, because you know, if you hold your hand in a fist is strong, but each finger by itself is weak. So it's the thing, the house divided against itself. All that shit is, them shits and systems are set in place, bro. It's not no fucking just one reason. It's like an accumulative body of work that is why black people are in that situation. And let alone the fact that we've picked up so many habits of the people that oppressed us that we oppress ourselves at this point. Come on, bro. That's a crazy. This is before the government, bro. This is before governments. This was something that's like damn near 2,000 years old, bro. Fucking 6,000 years old. That's why I'm gonna tell you something. That's why they say civilization started 2,000 years ago. That's why you hear the story of Jesus and it says 2,000 years ago. But human beings been on Earth. Human race has been on Earth way before that. But they don't got no history prior to that because they didn't have any records. You understand? But they'll tell you the oldest person is fucking like over 6,000, 7,000 years old. And this was an African person. But if you ask them, they'll tell you, yo, we've been here 6,000 years. But the things that are in Egypt backdate millions of years. There's a disconnect somewhere in that. And they keep you in their BC and AD by switching up the time so motherfuckers don't even really understand those time periods with all of their doctrines, bro. Whether it be religious, whether it be like records of these imaginary Greek motherfuckers that came on the scene that never really existed. Like if you look at the 7 wonders of the world, right? Most of them is in Greek and Rome. But if you try to actually physically look at them, you can't find these fucking places. They're drawings, bro. And all the ones that they say were from Africa are still fucking standing, bro. So you tell me who actually was really there to actually fucking do this shit. The people who got a history of it, bro. And a lot of their government's structure and a lot of their ideologies, even down to the foundation of how they build buildings, is based on fucking Egyptian architecture. Like whether it be the obelisks that's in Washington, London, or Rome, whether it be how they built the White House with the fucking with the beams and all of that shit, whether it be how they built their Masonic temples, all of that shit is fucking Egyptology, bro. And when I say Egyptology, I'm not saying that that's what it was called back then, but that's what they derive it from, bro, because they didn't have any government or anything before they came in contact with them people. Like, even if you want to look up the English language, it's not even that fucking old, bro. It's not. Because they didn't have language, bro. Fucking, even the Arabs who trying to say that they say fucking word on fucking camel skins and shit like that. Like, ain't nobody fucking believe in that shit, bro, because they don't got no nothing that could carbon date any civilization on the face of the earth. Can't go back as far as Africa, but they don't want you to know that, so they show you When I was growing up, you know what they used to show? They used to show these, yo, for 2 cents a day, for 1 cent a day, you could feed this poor motherfucker in Africa. And they would show a kid with a big ass belly and flies all on his mouth and shit. Even that was a form of classical conditioning, because if you see that and you think that that's the image of you, you gonna be embarrassed to be in your own skin. They don't do that shit to nobody else, and why you think they do that, bro? And you think black people do the most crimes? Get the fuck out of here. But the jail is filled up with us. You know what I'm saying?
Well, stop doing the crime.
Nah. This not, you gotta understand, like I was saying earlier, right? The people that don't have are the ones poverty is the root of all evil, bro. You understand? So like, if you put people in a situation where they're hungry and they can't feed themselves, and it's due to multiple reasons, bro: lack of education, poor housing, poor food, poor everything. What make you think they're gonna give you good religion or good ways, and then tell you, oh, I put you in these situations and I put you back 2,000, 3,000 years and got 5,000 years of fucking 500 years of free labor off your ancestors that left you no inheritance, and I'm up 500 years ahead of you, and then stole everything that came prior to you and claimed it for myself, all your inventions, all your technology, and claim it for myself and expound on that, hide it from you, say I invented it, and then tell you, yo son, don't do crime. That don't make sense. When the whole time you was in the Caucasus Mountains freezing, you was inventing weapons of fucking instruments of death so that you could survive. Where do you think they learned it from? Where do you think the black people learned that shit from? Not saying that niggas never fucking fought before they came in contact with white people. I'm not saying that, but I'm talking about in terms of what you talking about, the crime and all of that shit. That shit is trauma, bro. It's fucking hurtful. What? That commercial? Yeah, it is, but it was deeper than that. It was deeper than that. Fuck whether they taking the money or not to help people. It was the imagery that they portray. Like now, the new thing they doing now is desensitizing people to cruel and inhumane behavior, like showing. Yo, I'll stop talking about this shit if you gonna get off because of it. Nah, son, I don't need to talk about this shit. Oh, okay. Oh. Damn, you got 409? Shit. Fucking 409. That's a lot of shit, bro.
But, the funny thing is, about all that stuff, that's the American side of it, too.
Oh, yeah, I feel you.
About. Because when I went to Africa, any brother that would go over and be like, hey, I'm African American, I'm just like you. They're like, are you born in Africa? They're like, no. Were you raised in Africa? No. Then they said, stop calling yourselves African.
Yeah, I know that, but that's how it's a system that
white people though.
I know that, but
that's their own people.
I know that. I'm not blaming. Look,
no, I know. I'm just saying.
I'm saying that's a part of it too, bro. That shit is all a part of it, bro. Like, yo, what are we supposed to be doing? I don't see nothing. Is it bugged?
It's bugged, yeah.
Oh, so we supposed to just leave the objective? All right. Oh, okay. So I don't see no enemies.
I know everything you're talking about.
Yeah, man, I don't say that to try to be racist. I'm saying that because just history can't reverse, and you gotta be unapologetic about the shit when a motherfucker asks. Like, if you know something, like no, huh?
No, that was way
KKK don't.
after. That was
It's
way after.
yeah,
That
man.
was way after.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Like if you talking about the KKK, like that origin go back to like the Knights of
that was,
Templar, like Knights of Templar and shit, like the Roman Empire, Scandinavia. Like, just think about the names, bro. People, they were violent in origin, bro. Barbarians,
Vikings.
Scandinavia, Vikings. If you think about, just think about all right, think about mythology, right? Think about the white deities. And I have to say, because they're not black. Think about the Roman deities, Greco-Roman deities. Every single Greco-Roman deity is cruel in nature. They're all cruel. All their gods are cruel, bro. If you play God of War, man, if you read the stories about these motherfuckers, how they was eating their babies, and fucking Cronus, Saturn, yo, these motherfuckers is evil, bro.
We can no
I'm talking about the
longer complete
gods.
our objective.
These are the people they aspire to. If they call them gods, bro, you know what I'm saying? That's like you looking up Jesus, right? And you be like, yo, I'm a Christian, right? You gonna make your God the best thing. No, but we're
Yes,
leaving because
I
the
am.
lobby's broke.
It's 3 a.m. for me.
Yeah, man. So that's all I'm saying. We're not.
I'll be getting up in about 4 hours. A
Yeah,
little less
man.
than that. Because I'm going to watch the Cowboy game.
Yeah, I gotta get off and do some math homework. I'm do some math and so I could balance this shit out. I don't look like I've been playing all day, but
But what I need you to do is watch Remember the Titans.
I gotta see if it's on Netflix. So how many II you got, bro?
600 something.
Damn, son, that's crazy, yo.
I'm around 419, 420-ish.
I don't even want to say what I got. I
Well, you
got,
got to think, you don't have as much time.
yeah, I just started last night. I got 25. I got 25, bro. I guess I'm gonna be in the market buying relics. Yeah, I know, man. It's all good though, man. It is what it is, bro. Yo, man, but thank you for the run, guys, man.
Yeah, no worries. You were almost 500. So you made it over 100 again. Yeah. No, fucking. Yeah, it's 3 a.m. for me.
I have to get off because I gotta do some homework, man. I can't just play video games all day, man. Personally, I went back to school. I'm not still in college. I went back to school because I just want to finish my
Trying to better
education.
himself.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Yeah, I switched gears.
Nice.
Right now network security, but I think I'm gonna go into full stack development. That's what I'm gonna go into. So I can make applications, computer software. I want to be on the software side. I don't want to be on the hardware side, but I might have to know a little both. Yeah, man. Yeah. Fuck yeah. That's the only reason. I don't know, like 30 something, 80 grand a year at least, 60 to 80 grand starting, and then like once you become like get the junior off your name, you can make up to like 100K a year. Yeah, if you get experience, I don't know, in like 5 years, I could be up to like 150, 130K if I'm good at the shit. So I just want to get my foot in the door. Because well, I was doing binary decimals 2 days ago, which I fucking hate. I had to call Cry to help me because I was having a hard time. Cry is like a fucking genius, so he helped me out a lot. Yeah, it's like, alright, so you ever seen coding, like how computers communicate, like the actual code? Like you ever seen somebody hack shit? Damn, that's crazy. All right, it's not letters. It's just ones and zeros. That's how computers communicate, just in ones and zeros. So no, it's ones and zeros. It's all good, bro. I ain't fucking know this shit before I got into it, bro. Yeah, but it's just ones and zeros. That's how it communicates. And basically, what happens is, in order to command or program a computer, you have to be able to speak a language. Like every computer, every program has a language. You probably heard of it and didn't know what the fuck it meant. JavaScript, Python. It's a whole bunch of fucking languages, bro. Uh, I'm not sure if Adobe's one. I think that's a program or like a type of programming for you to access certain content. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's a language, but I know for a fact that JavaScript is one and Python is one. And it allows you to program or access certain content and command your computer to do certain things. And basically, a lot of the information that's being sent, like let's say when you're accessing the internet, right? When you access the internet and type in something in the domain, the HTTP domain, that's up www.com, it says HTTP, that's actually making the computer send out something called packets, which is information data, and that's a bunch of fucking ones and zeros. Now, in order to figure out how you can send like a server, like if I wanted to set up a network, I gotta be able, like, let's say if you'd be like, yo, I got a job today, and my job is to, this business wants 30 computers. They need 30 hosts. They need 30 hosts. So I gotta find out how many subnets that I can allocate to make 30 hosts. So it's basically one host, right? But it's gonna be subnetted, and those subnets are like little hosts that can communicate, which is the computers which can access the internet, send files and paperwork to each other. But all of that is done by setting up binary decimals. So I gotta see how, in order to get 30 hosts, I would have to take two to like, I think it's gonna be, what's the code for that? That's gonna be like 2 to the 5th power, right? I think that's 2 to the 5th. That's 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 or some shit like that. It's gonna be 2 to the 5th, which is gonna be like 34 or some number like that, right? Those extra free hosts is gonna be needed in case they have extra computers. But I can't do nothing like 2 to the 6 because that'll fucking make the number jump, and they don't need that much free space. So it gotta be like a little bit or above the actual number of host computers that they actually need. So, I say that to say this: that's a fucking decimal number. I have to break down and subtract. Like a bit is 32, right? So a bit of information is like 32, right? That's the number of like bits that's sent in one piece of information. This shit happens at like fucking split seconds, like micro nanoseconds and type shit, right? But basically, this is how we get our information in our internet. This is what's in the cloud, which is called logical internet, because they say it's in the cloud, but it's really communication between points and routers and switches. And then it's like the physical cable, like what you got your RJ45s and copper copper wiring that are you're actually plugging in. Like that's what's connected to your modem and shit. All of that is copper wiring is sending signals through electric pulses, and then you got your fiber optic, which is sending it through light. Fiber optics is the fastest that you can go. It sends it at like 65,000 times the rate of electricity because it's light. It's nothing faster than light technically. So those can travel fast, and that and fiber is through like fiberglass or plastic inside of a tubing and shit like that. So that's how they send signals. That's how you connect continents. That's not even, you could connect continents. They got like about 380 underlying underwater under ocean connections, like between Europe and fucking America, between Africa and India, China and fucking such and such. Are like these this is what connects the world. Everybody think it's just like the internet in the sky. Like it's a lot of underground shit too that people don't even think of until like something crazy happened, like Hurricane Sandy, and then your internet is fucked up or you have a blackout or something. But yeah, it's a whole bunch of shit, bro. I just learned a whole bunch of shit, bro. And half of the shit I'm not probably never gonna fucking use. Like when I was talking to Crime, he said the only people that deal with binary numbers is like a fucking admin, and that's a boring ass job. The people who do that shit live boring, dull ass lives. So I'm not even gonna probably ever really have to use that shit, but I still have to learn it, like in order to pass my class to get that piece of paper to say, hey, I know this shit. But then I'm gonna have to still get certificates. So I'm still gonna have to learn that shit, like in terms of learning, like passing my tests and getting my certificates and shit like that, man. So yeah, man. Oh, that shit sounds crazy. Oh, that shit sounds crazy, bro. That don't sound fun at all, bro. It sounds like it. Yeah, that shit sound wacky as fuck, yo. I wouldn't have to do that shit. Yeah, man. So I'm gonna have to go through a lot of that type of shit, man. So am I gonna have to take calculus? Um, I'm not sure if I need it for my major, but if I have to, I may have to, cause it's weird. Like they make you take calculus for fucking nursing. So, but it all depends on the school you go to. So far, it doesn't look like it because I'm doing the last math that I know that I'm gonna need to take for now. So if I have to take calculus, it's gonna be years out. It's not gonna be like right now. So I'm not really worried about that. But oh man, yeah, I feel you, but I ain't looking forward to taking it. If I could find a way to get through with my education and get the paperwork I need, the documentation I need, saying that yo, hey, I know how to do this, then trust me, I'm gonna find a way around that shit. I'm not trying to do nothing I don't gotta do, bro, at all. You know what I'm saying? So fuck all that, bro. Oh, okay. Yeah, that shit, Palm Night Watch. I hope I got another fucking version of this. Napalm Night Watch. Nah, he probably sleep, son. Some boring shit.
Mm.
Yeah, you're not paying attention, bro. He's unconscious.
What? What?
Yo, why you
What?
fucking with him, man? Like that man sleep.
About to go to bed. That's what I'm about to do.
Everybody
It's
looks
3 a.m.
sounds very tired.
Mm. Wanna find out?
Son, he sound mad hype about
Nah, you
that
gotta
shit,
find
yo.
out.
Son, he's not flying all the way to Guam to find out, bro.
I know.
He just wants to know. And if he was
I
playing
know.
the whole time, that'd be such a waste of time, yo, to take that long ass trip.
Just to get thrown into the fucking Marianas Trench.
Yeah, that'd be terrible. Kanon is the type to do that shit. Something fucked up.
One of the deepest parts of the ocean.
That's terrible.
There's species in there that people haven't even detected yet. But you about to find out. Fly your ass to Guam. I'll show you.
It was terrible.
I will never be in California unless I'm flying through.
Yo, man, but fellas, man, thanks for the run, man. I'm about to get off, man. You guys have a good one, man. One love, fellas. Be safe, man. Get some sleep,
Alright.
man. Peace, 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 yo. Respect. Yo. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing, bro. I don't know what I'm doing. Join back to add you, son.